A NASA very rich person asserts that outsiders are at present living on Earth and implied that the space agency secretly work with outsider guests to propel their innovation. Robert Bigelow, an aviation business visionary who as of late worked with NASA, told the Hour on Sunday that he is completely persuaded that outsiders have existed on Earth for quite a while. Day by Day Mail reports, the discussion concentrated on working with NASA before it moved to Mr. Bigelow's accounted for fixation on outsiders. As the big shot uncovered he has contributed millions into UFO Explore. Asked whether he had confidence in outsiders, Mr. Bigelow reacted, "I'm totally persuaded. That is everything to it. There has been and is a current nearness, an ET nearness, on Earth. I burned through millions. I most likely spent more as a person than any other person in the United States has ever spent regarding this matter, aliens." Mr. Bigelow did not determine precisely the amount he has spent on this exploration, and declined to remark on any individual UFO encounters. Correspondent Laura Logan, who was driving the meeting, at that point asked Mr. Bigelow whether he felt it was dangerous for him to state out in the open that he puts stock in outsiders. She asked him whether he stressed that individuals may think he was insane. Mr. Bigelow reacted, "I don't care the slightest bit. I couldn't care less. It's not going to have any kind of effect. It's not going to change the truth of what I know." At the point when asked whether he figured future human missions into space would bring about outsider experiences, he said, "You don't need to go anyplace. It's much the same as directly in front of people." The business person's remarks come as a shock considering his organization has worked intimately with NASA previously, which precludes any proof from securing aliens. Last May, Bigelow Aerospace, in association with NASA, swelled an expandable room on the International Space Station, ISS, out of the blue. NASA's initial endeavor to swell an extendable room on the International Space Station had fizzled the prior week because of a lot of grinding. Yet, their second endeavor was a win as NASA figured out how to extend and pressurize the extra room. The adaptable living space, known as the Bigelow Expandable Activity Module, BEAM, completely broadened 1.7 meter, 5.6 feet. The extension took after over 7 hours amid which space traveler Jeff Williams discharged short impacts of air into the unit's dividers. After the development was finished, Mr. Williams opened 8 air tanks inside BEAM, pressurizing the unit to a level near the space stations at around 1 climate. Completely extended, the module is 4 meters, 13 feet, long by 3.23 meters, 10.6 feet, wide. The swelling procedure might be better depicted as unfurling since it takes just a little measure of air to convey the unit to full size. NASA representative, Daniel Hewitt, said at the time, "An extremely effective day-to-day with the development of the main expandable human-appraised living space to ever be flown into space." The extension caused a popping sound much the same as that of popcorn as the structure gradually rounded out. Space explorers on load up the ISS are relied upon to re-enter the module a few times each year all through the 2-year innovation exhibition. They will recover sensor information and evaluate conditions inside the unit, including how well it ensures against space radiation. A mind-blowing time-lapse of the occasion was uncovered by NASA demonstrating the space environment becoming animated,